and welcome to a top 10 from me. So, today I am doing my top 10 horror movies of 2017. With the year now drawing to a close, I thought now would be the time to rank them. So, let us begin, but before that, I want to just throw out a few honourable mentions to some horrors that didn't quite make the list but deserve their call out. And they are Life, Alien Covenant, Rings, the Limehouse Golem, Leatherface, and of course, and one dishonourable mention to It Comes at Night, because I have no idea what critics and people saw in that. Yeah, I did not like it. So, let's get on with my top 10. Now, before I start, these are my personal opinions alone. No one has to agree. So, yeah, let's get started. Coming in at number 10, it is The Mummy. Now, this is meant to be the start of the Dark Universe, because, I enjoyed this one personally, and I don't like how people took a shit on this film, because, in my opinion, it was great, and a lot of cinematic universes are happening, DC, Marvel, and now they're doing one for horror, so I think that, The Mummy, even though it's got off to a rocky start, I think the Dark Universe could do better, and they are giving it another go with Bride of Frankenstein remake with Javier Bardem, but that's a little while off yet. Coming in at number 9 is Jeepers Creepers 3. Now, this didn't live up to expectations, and to be honest, I was just more happy to see that it was finally made. After such a long time waiting, like a good 14 years since the last one. This takes place between the first and second one. A fourth one has been announced, but let's hope that that's not in development hell like this third film is. I don't condone anything the writer or director Victor Salva has done in his past. I just like this film. I like, his creation. I like this film, but it wasn't as good as the first two. Coming in at number 8, it is Split. M. Night Shyamalan strikes again with another film, only this time, this film's kind of in the same universe as Unbreakable, and in fact, it probably is a sequel to Unbreakable. I've heard that there is a third one where the Horde and David Dunn are coming together to fight, but I don't know when that's happening. But I enjoyed this. James McAvoy gave a great performance in this film, playing various characters, and yeah, that was looked like quite a challenge for him, but I think he pulled it off. And that. Coming in at number 7 is Flatliners, the remake of the 1990 classic. Now, I thought the original was good, and I thought this remake was good as well. It paid homage to the original, but it didn't try and be like the original too much. Well, I can still see, but look, it was a remake, and it felt different, and I personally liked it. Coming in at number 6 is Happy Death Day. Now, when I saw this film, I thought this is just like Groundhog Day, and it was, and I'd say that this is Groundhog Day meets Scream meets Sorority Row. This is about a young girl named Tree, short for Teresa. She's like reliving her birthday every day, and at the end of that day she gets murdered by an unknown killer in a baby mask, but we don't know who it is, and that's the mystery. She has to find out who it is, and if she can survive her birthday, then she can probably move on to the next day. But yeah, I like this one. I'm thinking, will they ever do this whole Groundhog Day thing in other genres? To be honest, I don't think it could, but you never know. At number 5, I think this is a really underrated film and deserves a lot more credit. A Cure for Wellness. Now, this film, I found it quite entertaining. I mean, Yeah, I mean, I probably won't watch it a second time round, enjoying it as much as I did the first time round. But yeah, this was like a 2.5 hour film, and I felt it clearly went on for a lot longer than it needed to. But personally, I liked it. I was entertained throughout, wondering what the hell's going on in this film. But yeah, I'd say there's a lot of originality in there, and I don't know why no one has talked a lot about this. I mean, I obviously didn't find it boring enough to fall asleep, and I didn't think it was boring, but I thought it was entertaining and that. It was just a good film. Okay, coming in at number 4 we have Creep 2, the sequel to the 2014 film Creep, where this is a found footage film again because it's that same guy from the first film now using the name of the guy he killed in the first film. In this one, it's a woman documentarian documenting him, and this time he's being clear about who he is and what his intentions are. To be honest, the guy's a weirdo. I mean, a lot more happened in this one. I thought it was okay, but if you want to see the second one, you should watch the first one first. So that's what I watched the first one a few years back, and then the sequel for this came out. Okay, top 3. We're getting close to the end now. Coming in at number 3 is Jigsaw, the 8th installment of the Saw franchise, and when they announced that an 8th film is on the way, I was thinking, how's this going to work? And to be honest, it felt pretty much like any other Saw film. But I did like the twist and ending it had in this one, and that's why I loved it. I loved the whole twist and everything. It was, it was good. I liked Tobin Bell's performance in this. He acted as if he just popped off set for a few minutes, and even though he didn't, I thought it was a great film, great twist. Just the traps and everything felt pretty much same old. So that's number 3, Jigsaw. So we're down to our final 2 now. What will that be? Well, I can tell you that coming in at number 2 is Get Out. Yes, Get Out is my number 2. It was surprisingly good. I mean, at first when I saw the trailer, I thought this was some film where they brainwashed him or something, but it wasn't. It was actually very good in how they did the whole twist and everything. How they surgically altered human brains into the bodies of black people. There was also a dark message of racism behind it as well. Yeah, this was a great directorial debut from Jordan Peele, who also wrote the film. And he's usually known for his comedy films and that, but yeah, Get Out was a good film, and there were still some comedy elements in there, from him. Okay, so here we are, my number 1 pick, and my top horror movie of this year is It. Yes, the new It. Based on Stephen King's classic novel. I enjoyed the hell out of this. Bill Skarsgård as Pennywise, he was fantastic. He studied loads of other Stephen King villains like Jack Torrance, Annie Wilkes, and all that lot. He didn't watch Tim Curry as Pennywise because he wanted to bring his own creation into it, his own originality, and he did exactly that. To me, this was the perfect horror film of 2017, and chapter 2 is definitely happening, and that's what I hoped. I hoped the film would do well so it can get a second part, and it is going to get a second part. I just really enjoyed this. I found it unsettling as well. Today the old version with the miniseries with Tim Curry, a lot of people find that outdated now, and yeah, I kind of see why, and I would definitely give it like a 12A rating. I wouldn't give it like an 18 rating. But this one, not Tim Curry, Bill Skarsgård as Pennywise, this new version of it, spot on. I can't recommend this one enough. So there you go. that has been my top 10 horror films, well, horror movies of 2017. What are your top 10 horror movies of 2017? Drop all that down in the comments below. If you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to share with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And be sure to hit that notification bell. All my social media links, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, they're all down below with my Facebook group, The Random Horror Madhouse. So yeah, until next time, don't have nightmares.